Are we gonna like do intros and shit then?
Hey, to be honest, I think all our previous intros are kind of just random like this. I think I just cut in with someone saying, "Are we going to do an intro?"
Yeah. I think all of them are like that.
Yeah. So I guess this is our intro. Yeah.
We're bare professional.
Yeah. Well, how long's it been? Like, I feel like it could be almost a year. Like, it might be towards the end of last summer that we did a podcast, maybe.
Yeah, the season hadn't. I'm sure the season hadn't started.
Yeah.
When we done that.
Yeah, no, we did an end of season review, didn't we?
Yeah.
I'm sure we did.
Actually, be a year. Yeah. Then I put out loads of these. I suppose
the basement
cuts,
sessions.
I guess. Yeah, the off cuts and stuff. So this is.
I thought it started around the Spurs and Liverpool. Wasn't that when it started, or was it before then?
Or the Champions League. I think we did it after the Champions League. I think we did a.
Yeah, I'm sure we did a review. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the last one we did wasn't. The season hadn't started yet.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think you might be right there. Yeah. Yeah. I probably was more optimistic than about the season than it ended up being. Anyway, but yeah, enough.
Yeah. Well,
you said you
can't take that back, Ed.
Talking over, right, Paul.
See what I'm saying about the fucking right?
Yeah.
Are you saying that you were more optimistic at the start of the season than, or basically you had higher hopes, or you expected more?
Yeah, I expected more. Right.
Really, from the team that you have.
Well,
because you had what's his name? Sorry, I'm just saying you had what's his name?
Emery.
Emery. Yeah.
You had Emery as your manager at the start of the season, so you had high hopes then.
Yeah, well, I think like it was a bit better than the season before. It was a bit better than Wenger's last season, but even though we lost, Wenger's last season, I think we think we came sixth and we got to the semi-finals of the Europa League. Then this Emery's season, we came fifth. And we lost in the finals of the Europa League, so a little bit better. I think if we could improve from there. And then he got sacked, but I'm liking it under Arteta now. You know, I think Arteta's he's the right guy.
That's a good place to start. Shane, what do you think? What are your where United are now, as opposed to what you expected at the start of the season?
To be quite honest, I can't even remember if I was optimistic at the start of the season. I think I was probably slightly pessimistic to be honest, but
I think you were, if I remember.
Yeah, but I mean, we're nowhere near where we should be. But to be honest, like over the last 15, 16 games, I've seen a marked improvement. Problem with United is at the moment is that if that first team is not playing, I'm not hopeful.
Yeah.
Like we've only got a first team. Our squad depth is shit.
Yeah, and they talk about it. They're like, "Oh, when you look what they've got on a bench," but that's when you're playing second string. That's when you're playing with Ighalo up front and fucking Lingard.
Lingard.
And they say, "Oh, you've got Rashford on the bench and Martial on the bench." I'm like, "Yeah, but those are our starting players."
Yeah, exactly.
You just look at the Norwich game, the FA Cup Norwich game. I mean, it says it all, really.
It was a completely different game, wasn't it? As opposed to what you got. I don't know if anyone watched the Bournemouth game, but going forward, that was the best I've seen them in years.
Yeah, it was a bit suspect at the back, but it was good going forward, definitely.
But the Norwich game was fucking dog shit. It was pug.
Yeah, I watched that as well.
Yeah, I did, and it was really. I mean, Jesse Lingard. I'm fucking sick of that guy.
I think he's done. I really do. I think he's finished. Yeah. I don't think Ollie fancies him, to be honest.
But why would you? He's done nothing all year. Nothing at all. Mata is another one. You look at it, and I'm a big fan of Mata, but I just think it's coming to that point, isn't it?
He's got no legs left. I think that's what it is. The problem that I see, and especially on the Norwich game, the problem is that if you look at the team that Ollie put out, like I think he put out Scott McTominay, Matic. No, he didn't. He put out Scott McTominay, Fred, and who else did he play? I can't remember the third. Lingard, that's right. And then he had Lingard on the wing, didn't he?
Fernandes started.
He had Fernandes, Fernandes started. Yeah.
That's it. Fernandes started, and then you've got Lingard off of the left and Mata off of the right. Now the problem with that is is that I think I said this to you, Michael, is that none of those midfielders are ball retainers. And if you've got no pace on the wings, what is that team doing? You can't counter. You're not retaining the ball. So what are you doing with that team? That's the issue when he puts out a team like that. No pace on the wings, no ball retainers in the middle. You can't really do anything with that. I mean, you can get away with putting like Fred, McTominay, and Bruno Fernandes in the middle if you've got, say, Greenwood on the right and Martial or Rashford on the left, because at least you can hit them on the break. That's
what he was doing, wasn't it? When Pogba was still injured before the break.
Yeah, that's it. And then we would hit them on the break.
Yeah, it was Fred, McTominay, and Bruno in front, and obviously that was working fine.
Yeah.
And now Pogba's back. It was the whole talk of will they be able to play together and that. And so far, from what you've seen, you're like, well, yeah, they can. They can quite easily play together.
Yeah, I think
it's Pogba staying. You reckon?
Yeah,
I think Pogba's unlocked that team. To be honest, they're saying Bruno. Yeah, Bruno is like, if you look at the difference when Pogba wasn't there to the difference now, is that we're actually playing on the front foot. When Bruno was there, we weren't playing on the front foot. We were still looking for the killer pass and hitting them on the break.
Yeah.
And now Pogba's there. There's some ball retention in the middle, so we're actually on the front foot most of the time now.
Yeah, they look a lot more dangerous pressing forward as opposed to, because all season it's been very much counter-attacking football.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas now there is that Bournemouth game. The whole time before, even up until Bournemouth scored, everything before that, I'm like, it's coming. You could see it was coming, and they always look dangerous. So I think it's different now, and like it's different. I do think, to answer your question, I think that if we stay in the top, if we get in the top four, if we get Champions League next year, then yeah, I think I think there's a very strong possibility we could walk away with the FA Cup as well.
I think so. And the Europa League.
I think there's a strong possibility we could walk away with a cup.
Yeah.
And if we get in the Champions League next year and take a trophy as well, you'd call that a successful season for Ollie, wouldn't you? I
would, because that probably means that Sancho's coming in August. So if we get Champions League, I can see that happening.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
What about you, Michael?
Would you take Sancho now at the expense of Greenwood?
But I don't think it will be at the expense of Greenwood, because Greenwood is he's not really a back-to-back starter, Greenwood. I mean, I think personally he's ready.
Yeah, but you'll never know that until you try. So if Sancho comes in, that's Greenwood basically
Greenwood's not
carrying on his bit part.
Yeah, he's a striker, so I reckon they'd rotate him with either Sancho or Martial off of the number 9. I don't think it'd be a problem really if Sancho come in. I think it'd be a problem for people like Dan James, to be honest. Because Dan James, I don't see him coming in over them lot.
No, yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I think James would be the one to make way if Sancho came in.
Yeah.
And I think what Ollie's probably looking at is thinking, well, we were United were most successful when you had multiple strikers to choose from.
That's right.
Walking in there, you can't walk in there and be, say, Chelsea, for example, or even Spurs. You know, when you say, okay, well, we've got Harry Kane, who's the backup? Son.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You look at Arsenal, it's United were at their most successful when they had 3 or 4 strikers. When you had your Sheringham, your Solskjaer, your Andy Cole, your Dwight York, your Van Nistelrooy, your Alan Smith, Louis Saha, Wayne Rooney. Do you know what I mean? Like it works better. And at the moment, it's probably how he's looking at it, thinking, well, hang on, Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood are my strikers. Sancho's that pace that I need on the wing.
He plays him right. He's playing him on the right though, isn't he? Greenwood, yeah. And he's fucking doing bits, isn't he? Yeah.
He's doing bits,
he looks good, man.
Have you seen how big he's gotten just over the break? Like he's filled out a little bit.
I don't pay that much attention.
He's filled out and he's got some height on him since the break, man.
He's putting the work in. He's been putting the work in. And what's Lingard been doing? Fucking MTV Cribs. On my life, I got the TV on the other day, and MTV Cribs is on, and I see Jesse Lingard, Jay Links, he's fucking walking around his shitty fucking house. And what's he got in his fridge? Chocolate milk and strawberry milk, and I'm like, this is why you're failing, you cunt. You got the 18-year-old boy who's putting work in the gym and he's trying to fucking better himself because he knows full well. And all they talk about is Greenwood on the training pitch.
Yeah.
What's Lingard doing? Drinking fucking Yazoo, the prick.
He's figuring out new fucking dance moves and handshakes for eventually when he scores another goal.
That's it. All he's doing is waiting for that opportunity for when him and Dele Alli can get together and just be a pair of cunts on the pitch again.
Yeah,
England, where's some of that?
Yeah. They could both go and sign for Everton. They'd be done.
Yeah, with Aaron Lennon and Theo Walcott, they can all fuck off and all.
Yeah, it's with it. It's that level.
It really is. It really is. It's just like a who's who of fucking mixed race fucking washouts, isn't it?
Do I include that in this? Yeah.
Fuck 'em.
Failed prospects, yeah. Failed prospects.
Huh?
Failed prospects.
I did say mixed race and not half caste, so it's good.
Yeah, good man, you're good. Well, yeah, Ed, out of interest, what do you think of United at the moment?
Yeah, you look good, to be honest, and to be honest, like Solskjaer's probably one of the United players that I feel like is okay to like.
Yeah.
You know? Like there's not that many, to be honest. Like maybe like Cantona, it's probably okay to like. You know.
Not if you're a Palace fan.
Scholes, yeah. Scholes maybe okay to like, but besides that, yeah, Solskjaer, you know, I'm glad that he's not. It looks like he's not going to be like a dud manager, if you know what I mean, like, or go down as a dud manager because you got rid of him before he could really do things. Like, I'm not saying I want you guys to be successful, but because obviously I don't. But I'm happy for Solskjaer that he's looking like he's a decent manager.
But the thing is, I don't think there will be. You know, people keep back. I mean, do you remember when Guardiola won that first title with City, or his first title with City? And then everyone was saying that they were going to dominate for years and years and years to come. Well, now it's the same thing with Liverpool, isn't it? That the team that they've got, they're going to dominate for years. I don't think no team will dominate for years and years to come. Like let's say like a Manchester United of the 90s, you know, that sort of thing. I don't think that's ever going to happen again because of teams like the whole cycle thing, like Manchester United had a few washout years, but now you can see that they're, you know, they're getting the squad back together and pushing themselves up the league. Arsenal are never going to stay 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. You know, City aren't just going to roll over and let Liverpool run away with it for the next 5 years. Chelsea have already spent, 100 odd million or something on 2 players. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just can't see it.
What about Tottenham, Mike?
What about... I was hoping we weren't going to get around to Tottenham. I thought we was just going to do like...
The big six.
Just compliment United. We just compliment United for the whole thing. No, I'm reserving judgment, man. I'm not saying I don't. I said, you know, that he needs a proper pre-season. He needs like his own players, a couple of his own players, and then we'll see. But you know, I don't think he'll be there by Christmas. Is my gut feeling.
Shit.
I don't think he will be there by Christmas.
Well, I mean, you know, it's just not. It's the same patterns are forming now. You know, where he's calling out the players, like the same thing he'd done at Chelsea the second time, the same thing he'd done in his last season at United. You know, he's questioning the players' commitment. He's questioning their mental stability. You know, all that sort of stuff. It's all the same pattern is starting again.
Yeah, it's weird how he doesn't question himself, though, isn't it? Like, come on. This is like the last 3 clubs. Why are you not questioning your own ability at this point?
But this is what I mean. It's like the same. It's like the same script. You know, when he comes in and it's like, what was it when he said, when he went back to Chelsea, wasn't it? And he was like, I'm the happy one.
Mm.
And then he went to United and he called himself. What did he call himself? The humble one? No. I can't remember. He called himself some other name. And then when he came to Tottenham, he said he was the humble one.
Was he not the desperate one?
No. That would have been if he'd have rocked up at Arsenal. It's like, man, I just scratched myself back into football. Look where I've ended up with this shit, though.
We wouldn't have him, mate. We wouldn't have him.
Yeah, you wouldn't put some cream in your pants. You
wouldn't have Jose Mourinho?
Yes, they would. Don't listen to him chat shit.
No.
I'm sorry, Ed. No.
I think he's done. I think he's done. Maybe, to be honest, even out of principle, like I wouldn't, even 10, 15 years ago when he was really out of principle, no. But in terms of his like resume, most clubs would have had him like 10 years ago. Now, I think he's done. I think I think United like took the last drops of that special something that he had. Like, and that was that first season when you won 3 trophies or something.
No, he won 2 trophies. The Community Shield is not a trophy.
Yeah,
just wanna
that's
put
true.
that-
That's true.
It counts, man.
Maybe when he got you to second and he said that was his greatest achievement. Maybe that's the last drop.
Maybe.
And then Tottenham have got him, and I think he's done personally.
No, do you know what? I think give it next season. We'll see. I said to you, I think Spurs will win a trophy under Mourinho.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I do. Because he's a winner, and whatever Ed said, Ed hasn't won a trophy in years, so he doesn't know what he's talking about. But
3 years, mate.
what?
3
When
years.
did
We
you last
won the FA Cup 3 years ago.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
People
That's a
like to
good
forget
point.
that.
That's a good point. If we win the FA Cup this season, we go back on level, don't we, with you?
Yeah.
No, because we're finishing high above them, aren't we? Oh, you talking about as in trophies?
I'm talking about it
FA Cup
in FA
trophies.
Cup.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
We go back level with Arsenal.
That'd be nice.
But we're still in the tournament, mate. So just saying.
In what?
Just
In the
saying.
FA Cup?
Yeah.
Aren't you playing?
So it's United.
Yeah. But like they're talking about them winning it, but we're still in the tournament.
Oh.
so it's
Yeah,
kind
but
of
you're playing City though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, City will pipe you, and we can beat City. We beat them like 3 times this season or whatever.
It's true though, man. I mean, come on, if you never had Leno in goal, that would have been 6 or 7. 100%.
I think, to be honest, like we'll see. Let's see how it goes. But I'm not backing out.
Classic. Yeah, let's see how it goes, man.
Yeah, obviously, like I'm not.
City will pipe you, man. City will pipe you.
I'm not admitting defeat or nothing.
You're talking about the same team that just peppered the champions 3-0 2 days ago.
Yeah.
It was 4-0, wasn't it?
4-0.
Was it 4-0?
Yeah. Not that. Yeah, that proves your point even more. But still, yeah.
But it's you talk about and you know I saw it when the fixtures came out, and people on social media were like, "Oh, that's a Chelsea City final," and I'm like, "Didn't we spank Chelsea 3 times this year?"
Yeah, you've beaten 3 times. Yeah.
And we beat City. Was it beat City
3 times? 3 times.
Was it 3 times?
Yeah, you beat Chelsea 3 times.
City twice.
City twice. Yeah.
4 times. Yeah. All right. Okay.
But you know, I mean,
you beat them twice in the league, and then what was it? The League Cup? You beat them.
Yes, I think we beat the league, and then we went out in the following round. I think, didn't we?
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, twice, and then we beat City twice in the league.
Yeah.
One of which quite convincingly, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did. We piped them. They're easy to beat.
I think we haven't beat Arsenal, though, did we? I think we drew and lost with you, didn't we? I think you took points of us both times, didn't you? Both games.
Yeah. I think maybe 2 draws. I think
they lost it. No, you beat them at the Emirates.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, and I think we drew at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
So, but that's been United. That's been United all season. They fucking smashed the big teams and lose to the mid tables and lowest, didn't they?
Yeah.
Ha. That's very funny. Yeah.
But now, if he's still there by Christmas, I'll be astounded. I think.
Mourinho.
Because this whole Mourinho, I'd be shocked if he's still there by Christmas. To be honest, just because of that, you can see the same patterns forming that's happened for the last 5 years. So I don't know. And him and Levy, even when he was first appointed, it was like a match made in hell, wasn't it? Them two. So it's not long before that shine wears off.
I think Levy's far too stringent with his money. He's far too tight, and Mourinho needs a real cash flow to have any kind of real success.
But to be quite honest,
I was looking at stats and stuff, and this actually what's happening right now is almost identical to what happened when he took over at Porto. So basically, he took over an aging sort of a team on the decline mid-season, and then granted, I think he got rid of 11 and brought 11 players in, which that's not going to happen. But and then obviously they went on. And again, I'm not saying that we're going to go on to win back-to-back European trophies or any something crazy shit like that. But I don't know, man. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's the similarities.
I've got something to say about it. I'm pretty sure that Mourinho came in, he bought 10 players with us and then said that he still needed signings. Like, you bought 10 players, mate.
Who?
So I don't think
for
Mourinho, when we had Mourinho, I'm sure he had like 10 signings when he was at United, and he was still moaning that he needs more signings.
Yeah, because it was he needed to know what he got. The problem with Mourinho is he needs, much like Guardiola, is he'll bring in a fuckload of players and he'll be like, actually, do you know what? I don't want this one. Let me try this one instead. And he'll tinker with his squad year in, year out until he gets it exactly how he wants it. You look at how many times he's brought in a fucking right back or a left back and be like, actually, I don't want that one. Let me go and get this one instead. And that's how he is. And that's why Mourinho and Guardiola, to me, is like when I used to play Football Manager with the cheats on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna buy fucking Arshavin and Shevchenko and this guy and that guy, and if he don't work, I'll buy this guy, and that's all it is you're just bringing in as much as you can and moving around until eventually you get the dream team, innit?
Please don't tell me you ever bought Arshavin on Football Manager.
No, it wasn't Arshavin. It was what was the other guys? Shevchenko and who? Andre Rebrov, that was it. Yeah.
Oh, Rebrov.
Wait. You're complaining about Arshavin, but you're praising Rebrov.
It was no.
Hey man, they were deadly when they was at Dynamo Kiev. They were the deadliest strike partnership in Europe.
There was a time where Shevchenko and Rebrov were fucking phenomenal.
Yes, they were.
It was manager or one of them manager games. So and I was banging goals. Well, they were banging goals left, right, and centre. I didn't have to do nothing. I barely had to touch my tactics because you just put.
I love how he comes to Tottenham and he flops after having that reputation. Goes to Tottenham, nothing.
No, but there was no. But he never really had. It was like, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't even know who to compare it to. But obviously, Shevchenko was the striker out of that pairing. Do you know what I mean? It was obviously, Rebrov was fucking hell, man. I mean,
was he like the Heskey to? Was he Heskey to the Owen of Shevchenko?
Yeah, all right, yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, he was like Peter Crouch to Van der Vaart. Do you know what I mean? Van der Vaart was the magic. Crouch was just there, wasn't he? And he just used to prod one in every now and again. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the point was, they were very good on that particular game, and that's what I'm saying. Is that's what Mourinho and Guardiola do. The pair of them, they just bring in. Do you know what I mean? He comes to United. He brought in Ibrahimovic, and he's like, okay, you know what? Let me bring in Lukaku as well. Let me bring in this defender and this person and that person. He bought both Bailly and Lindelof, wasn't it? Bailly and Lindelof.
And he wanted Alderweireld.
Yeah, and he's like, he wanted Harry Maguire, and he wanted fucking who's that cunt he wanted from Atletico? Godin as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what it is. He's like, okay, if I buy 5 strikers, 2 of them will be good.
The problem
that's the Guardiola effect.
Well, the problem with that is in this day and age is that everyone's trying to run their football clubs as businesses and not really as football clubs. So you're not going to get an owner who's going to be like, yeah, go on, buy 15 players and hopefully you'll be able to make a first 11 from it. I don't see that happening in this day and age. I mean, even
certainly not Spurs.
Certainly not at Spurs, yeah. But I mean, even City now, they're getting shafted for financial fair play. They're not going to be doing that anymore. I actually reckon Guardiola's probably done at City.
I fucking hope so.
I reckon he is, mate.
Where's he going to go?
Oh, anywhere but the Premier League. He can fuck right off.
I reckon he'll go Italy. I reckon he'll go Juventus.
Yeah.
I reckon he'll go Juventus.
Yeah,
I was reading that apparently he's almost a shoe-in to go back to Barcelona.
Really?
Okay.
Because the players have turned on that. What's his name? I can't remember his name. The manager there now.
Satan or something like that.
Yeah, apparently they
something like that. Yes, seriously, something like that.
Dave, all the players have turned on him, and apparently they are Xavi if he wanted to come and be the manager, but he's just signed an extension with that Chinese team that he's with, or Japanese. Is it Japanese or wherever he is? Oh no, Qatar. Is it Qatar? I don't know, man. Wherever he is, I don't know.
It's Rangers. They're Scottish.
Yeah, it's
a Middle Eastern team that Xavi's got, I think.
Yeah, one of them, whatever, man, somewhere. And so yeah, he's staying, and apparently Guardiola. Apparently they're trying to get Guardiola back to Barcelona.
It's an aging team, though, isn't it, Barcelona? It's a really, really aging team. And what annoys me about Barca is the way Antoine Griezmann's getting treated. Like you're playing Atletico Madrid. You're 4 points behind Real Madrid. Playing Atletico, 4 points now. But at the time, I think they were less.
Yeah.
You know, and you're leaving your 120 million player on the bench until the 90th minute. You're taking a piss. Antoine Griezmann is getting shafted left, right, and centre at that club. And I'm disappointed.
What? I'm actually happy because I think Griezmann's a dickhead the way that he's handled his transfer business. 'Cause I think he's got to go.
Yeah.
I think he's got to go. 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 I
Do you reckon?
Yeah, yeah. I'll announce it in 3 days. Oh, I'm staying at Atletico. Fuck him, man.
Well, he's trying to do the LeBron thing, yeah?
Yeah. Watch it. And then he does like what is it? He did a documentary that I'm going to announce it in 3 days. And then there was some documentary where he was sitting there like discussing his transfer. Fuck that, man. Oh,
that's kind of like the Undertaker in his retirement. The Undertaker took a 6-part documentary to say, I'm done wrestling.
Yeah, see, that's...
Do you know what I mean? So an hour a piece as well, released every week or released since WrestleMania. And I've watched them ever since WrestleMania. Ever since WrestleMania, which was in fucking April. We're now in July. Sorry. And
that's an ego thing, man.
And yeah, Taker's like, yeah, let me just tell you guys, I might be done. I might be done. Oh no, fuck it, I'm done. Motherfucker, really?
But he earned it though. Taker earned that. Taker earned the right to take the piss a bit, I guess.
And you don't think Griezmann earned that at Atletico?
Nope. Not in a way that Taker earned it.
Weren't Atletico were trying to sue him, weren't they? And Barcelona.
I think so. Yeah.
Because of the way it was like Moody, they agreed the fee, wasn't it? And but they agreed the fee before the deadline.
Yeah.
For when his buyout
a clause or something. Yeah.
And then Barcelona then waited until after the deadline to then pay it, and so I don't know, man. There's some movie shit going on there, but Barcelona see what they've done with Pjanic.
The offer. Yeah, that's a bit of a dumb deal.
Like crazy. Yeah, it's like what? So, is it Juventus are paying 70 million, and Barca are going to pay 60 million for Pjanic? Something like that, isn't it? So basically, the difference is only like 10 million.
Yeah, I just think
Arthur's younger as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Arthur's like 24, and Pjanic is like 30. So, and Arthur's really good.
I think
he's decent, man. Yeah. I saw him. He played against in the group stages of the Champions League last season.
Didn't they sign him from Didn't they sign him from Santos?
Somewhere in Brazil, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, the deal's
football manager knowledge. Go on, Mike.
No. I was just saying the deal is like crazy. It's like Juventus are going to buy Arthur for 70 million. And then Barcelona are going to buy Pjanic for 60 million.
Maybe that's some accounting shit. I don't know.
That sounds like some back alley shit, isn't it?
Yeah. Just so the books look good to have income coming in or something like that. I don't know.
But all them clubs, all them Spanish clubs, they all seem to be fucking a little bit fiddly, didn't they? There's always some shit going on. There's some kind of a tax evasion here and there, and fucking Rafa Mourinho is still under investigation. There's always some shit going on in that country, and it's because they're just fucking how they do their books is weird, man. And that's why fucking Man City's in trouble with financial fair play now, because they got that Spanish cunt doing the fucking heading up all their transfers over there now, haven't
they? I'm pretty sure Spain's got some like weird rules. If you come from a country, like weird immigration rules, like if you come from a country that speaks Spanish, I think you can get your citizenship like far quicker than if you come from like a country that doesn't speak Spanish. So, for instance, if they sign from Argentina, I'm pretty sure like they can get their or they could get their citizenship within 2 years. Whereas if you come from somewhere like I don't know Angola, where they speak Portuguese, it would take 5 years for them. They've got some madness going on with the language that you speak in your country.
It could be colonial though. It could be something to do with because. Obviously, Argentina, they're all, Central America, South America.
Yeah, so
could be something to do with that.
Yeah. Which kind of makes sense. I mean, it's probably behind Cantonese, whatever it is. They're probably one of the most widely spoken languages on the planet, isn't it? Spanish.
Mandarin.
Yeah, Spanish.
Yeah, Mandarin, Mandarin's Spanish. I don't know if English is second or Spanish is second. I don't know.
I thought Spanish was first for years, wasn't it?
I mean, you thought
for a long time.
Mandarin is only really spoken primarily in China, I guess, isn't it? I would imagine. Spanish,
I think it's because is it something to do with the population being so big?
Yeah. In terms of people that speak, I would say that Mandarin's probably most widely spoken, just because there's so many Chinese people. But
you know, Spanish. You go to the Philippines and they speak Spanish out there.
Yeah. Well, it was a colony as well, wasn't it? So
that's what I mean. That's why they're all called Pedro.
He knows that from his Skype calls, doesn't he? How'd you say peanut butter in Spanish?
I don't. I just give him the look. He knows. Yeah.
Jeez.
But no, it is. I mean, Spanish is literally spoken everywhere. Even in Europe, you'll find there's a lot of countries, and even if they don't speak Spanish, the language is so similar to other languages that they tend to be a genuine understanding.
Yeah,
Somewhat of an understanding, like Italian or Portuguese. And to me, Spanish and Portuguese sound completely different, but they're sometimes, you know what I mean? They can understand each other.
Well, they're all Latin languages. All of those Latin languages have a similarity, don't they? Yeah.
That's what I mean. But then when you compare it to, English, I can't even understand some fucker in Liverpool. So, you know what I mean?
It's true, yeah.
I mean, it's whenever Jamie Carragher's on TV, I'm like, what? Steve McManaman. The other day, Steve McManaman on BT Sport, I'm like, get this prick off the TV because I cannot understand a word he's saying.
I think his would be slightly more subtle as well, wouldn't you, considering he spent a lot of time in Spain?
That's what I mean. You think he'd have a bit of a the kind of thing to it, but no, it's not. He's fucking awful. Awful. I don't know why. BT Sport are a joke. Just completely change the subject there, but BT Sport get on because the other day they had Rio Ferdinand on and Robbie Savage on the screen in the middle because your desk you can't just get a bigger desk, could you? Plus, what annoyed me about it the most is the fact that none of them were wearing suits. They've all turned up in trainers and fucking t-shirts and that. I'm like, you two bit pricks, put on a fucking suit. Unacceptable.
You want your football pundits to be dressed formally?
You guys, are they dressed formally on Sky Sports? Of course they are. They're all wearing suits.
Yeah.
BT Sport is fucking Mickey Mouse, so they can't get a big desk, and fucking they got to bring Rio Ferdinand, who looks like he's about to go down the fucking chippy afterwards. Like, it's unfucking acceptable. Unacceptable.
I've got this. I have to agree because I've got this thing about football managers on the touchline. I can't stand a football manager who wears a tracksuit on the touchline.
Well, like
but yeah, Klopp, I mean, Pochettino used to do it as well. I just, you're not doing any sort of training, are you? You wear a suit, man. A shirt and trousers at least. It's like Guardiola turns up like he's a fucking freshman at fucking college. Do you know what I mean? Like he's rocking out to a freshers party. He's a cunt, isn't he? He fucking pisses me off, man. Just about that pumping just when the camera's on him. Get the fuck out of here. Go back to Spain. Get out of it.
Well, Brexit, yeah.
Yeah, nothing to do with Brexit. All the rest of it, Spanish people, come man, yeah, sweet. Just him, he can fuck off.
Everybody else, that entire country could come over here. Got all the shit going on at the moment. Bring him over. I don't care. Guardiola, fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off back to Spain.
And it's got nothing to do with his ability as a manager. It's him personally. It's him. I dislike him. I don't know the guy,
even his ability as a manager, man, he's a fraud. He's a fucking fraud. All these stories come out, like everyone was praising him for what he'd done. I was saying this to you, Ed, the other night when I was on the phone. All of this shit that come out with him and what he's done for Sterling and how he's transformed his game and how he's done this. Well, if you actually read about it, it was all Arteta taking him to one side in training and doing one-to-one personal training with him. He was the one that has actually adapted his game. Guardiola just waits for the cameras to be on him and starts pumping his chest and fucking, like, you know what I mean, waving his hands around. God, I don't like that, man.
Yeah.
Klopp's not bad. I can get on with Klopp. I mean, Klopp's all right. I mean, we've got some similarities.
You know, I was going to say that. You don't usually wear glasses, Mike, do you? Like, what's going on?
No, not really. Not really. Sometimes. When I'm indoors, I do.
I like Klopp. I think Klopp is he looks like a raving lunatic, doesn't he? Like he looks like do you know what I mean? Like he'd be reminds me of what's his name in Goodfellas?
Yeah.
Joe Pesci in Goodfellas.
Joe Pesci.
They're having a great time, and all of a sudden, Klopp turns around and is like, "What am I, a clown? What, I fucking amuse you?" Like that. I'm sorry. Yeah,
preferred
the
him before he
dance.
had his teeth done as well, because you could tell that he was like a heavy coffee drinker and smoker. And now he's obviously gone to Switzerland and had his fucking teeth done properly.
Yeah, but that makes him look more like a lunatic. He looks like fucking Matt Dillon in Something About Mary.
Yeah.
He looks terrible. He's got Jim Carrey teeth now, isn't he? It's fucking terrible.
Edward, have you seen Something About Mary, please?
Yeah, of course. That's a classic.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
Yeah.
That's the first film that you've actually seen.
Ah,
What was it we were saying the other day that you haven't seen, or you was asking about?
no, about games like PS5.
Oh, The Last of Us.
The Last
Yeah.
of Us, that was it.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Last
gonna
one.
get a PS5. Like, I'm definitely gonna rejoin the console crew or whatever you guys call yourselves these days. I don't know. But yeah, I'm definitely getting a
It's
PS5.
just a PlayStation owner, mate. That's it. You know, whatever. There's no fancy words for it. It's just what it is.
Okay. But yeah, I'm definitely getting one. I'm definitely gonna. Yeah, I haven't had one since the PS2. So
Are you going to go for the physical version or the digital version?
I don't know. I have to read the specs of them. You know, I don't know what the difference will be really. Like, I guess
I think one takes disc and one doesn't. That's the only difference.
yeah, but like you could back like was it backwards compatible as well? So you could
Yeah.
4 games and PS5 games. Yeah.
I think it's going back to PS2. So you
PS.
can play
Oh shit.
From what I hear, it goes back to PS2. I'm
Oh,
very
that is
excited about it.
the case, yeah. Because I've got a fucking library of PS2 games that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I've got a shitload of PS2 games.
Yeah.
I gave all mine away. Shit. Yeah.
Edward, man. Don't say that shit to Shane. He'll get upset. He don't like that.
Well, mate, I've still got the fucking boxes from the PS1.
He's got all his boxes and shit. I was up in his office, like a fucking jumble sale, but I was up there the other day. Yeah, man. He's got his PlayStation 1 box. There's all cellophane everywhere. Oh, it's fucking disgusting.
What really? Yeah.
I'm not even joking. Yeah,
Right, good.
honestly. But it's it's all worth a fortune. All the stuff he's got up there, it's all worth a fortune. Like, he's got what's that Dragon Ball Z stuff you've got? It's like the original.
Oh, yeah, I've got the Dragon boxes. I think they're like worth £800 each now. Each.
And they're all still in cellophane, all wrapped up still.
Well, you bought them initially like years ago, and you didn't open them because you thought they'll be worth something.
I imported them from America. I think I paid about $250 for all 8 boxes, and then when they went out of print on eBay, they were going for like £600-700, £800 for each box set. And I think there's like 8 of them.
Of Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, you know the Dragon box. They released like a special edition called the Dragon box. It's got like a hardback book, and then it's got all of the DVDs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I really wanted that, but I couldn't justify spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds on a cartoon, essentially.
Well, I've spent hundreds and hundreds of pounds, thousands of pounds on fucking cartoons. I've got loads of the shit.
In fairness, yeah, I mean, looking back on it, I wish I had, because if I was selling them, I'd get £100.
Yeah, I'll take them off your hands, all of them, 50 quid.
Sort it out for you, mate. Yeah, you could chuck in a PlayStation 1 as well. Go on.
But yeah, Ed,
I've actually got 3 PlayStation.
The Last of Us. Play The Last of Us. Play the first one and then play the second one. Yes. I think I'm about 3/4 of the way through the second one, and it's fucking amazing.
See, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at where I don't know how far. I think I said to her that I must be coming toward the end, but I don't think I am. I think what I thought was the end, there's still probably going to be quite a bit too, because I'm told that it's about a 40-hour game.
Is it?
Okay.
I've been told it's about 40 hours. Your first playthrough should take between 40 and maybe 60 hours.
Oh shit!
Now,
well, maybe I'm not 3/4 of the way through then.
This is why I'm looking at it, and I was like, I've probably put in about 20 hours, I reckon, on it, and so I reckon I'm about halfway.
That's Final Fantasy length, man. 60-hour game.
It is, because I'm playing Final Fantasy when I'm not playing Last of Us. So and that tells you how long you've been playing. So I'm about 18 hours into Final Fantasy 7, the remake.
Yeah, I've got it. I've not opened it yet, but is it good?
It's all right. Yeah, it's good. I prefer it to the original because I fucking hated the original. But yeah, like it's good. It's good. It's just sometimes it's a bit fucking janky, but you'd expect that from a game that's so big. But I'm enjoying it. It's good fun. Although they really sexualize the characters to the point of where you just feel a bit uncomfortable. Which is just it's just weird.
They tried to sexualize the characters in the original. It's just that they look like Lego men that you can't
That's
really.
what I mean, and now they've got the pixels to do it, and that's one thing that always kind of I don't understand it with, and I don't know whether it's not necessarily just Japanese developers, but it happens primarily with Japanese developers. You see these characters in games, female characters, and you're just like, this is set up for a 14-year-old to eventually go onto the internet and type in such and such on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's pretty much what it's for. I don't know if you ever played Metal Gear 5, the Phantom Pain. Well, Ed, I know you didn't, but there's a character in there. There's a
Ed,
character
go make a cup of tea.
Okay.
There's a character in there called Quiet, and she's a sniper who doesn't say anything, but she literally just walks around in a bikini. That's it. That's her whole MO. And you just like, it's weird.
That's definitely someone's fantasy, mate. A
Pretty
woman
much.
that says happy walks around in her bikini with a big gun.
Makes a cup of tea.
I can get on board with that, man. Yeah.
Like 40-hour games is probably the reason why I don't play consoles that much. I think even when I had one, I was just playing like Tekken and Pro Evo, and maybe just driving around on GTA. I wasn't really like Metal Gear Solid, like Halo. Never played.
But Metal Gear Solid's not a 40-hour game.
Just
You know what it is?
Because
Most new games today are just sort of interactive movies, though, aren't they? Like pretty much. You're pretty much.
But that's what Paul said. That's what Paul said the other day. I agree. It's literally it's like you're playing a film.
Yeah.
It's like you're in the middle of a film because there's flashbacks and all sorts of shit. It's just
How long is Metal Gear
the
Solid?
graphics just blow you away, man. It's crazy.
Absolutely, yeah.
How long is Metal Gear Solid then?
Metal Gear 1, you could do it in about 6 hours.
The original one.
Sounds kind of long.
What?
6 hours.
Long?
6 hours?
Yeah.
Ed, get out, man.
It would take you longer than 6 hours to complete Tekken with all the different characters.
Yeah, but I don't have to. I could just like have a few fights and then just.
Games nowadays, it takes you longer than 6 hours just to download the cunt.
Yeah, it's true. It's like I went and bought that little mini PlayStation 1 with the games preloaded on it, like Resident Evil and stuff like that. And I mean, Resident Evil is hard to play, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I said that to you.
Yeah, I know, it's fucking crazy. But Metal Gear, I'd done it over like a 3-day period of playing it for maybe an hour and a half a day, and that was it. Yeah, I've done it.
You could bang Metal Gear out in the first one in short space of time, and that's what everyone got annoyed about the remake of Resident Evil 3 when they've just re-released Resident Evil 3, and they're like, oh, well, you could clock it in like 5 hours, and you're like, for a game that costs £50 to £60, you shouldn't be playing. You shouldn't be getting only 5 hours of use out of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why games like The Last of Us and all these games now, they tend to go on for a lot longer. Grand Theft Auto, that's about a 40, 50 hour game, isn't it?
Oh,
It's probably even longer than that, innit? If you do all like the side missions but just the story alone is going to take you it's going to take a while.
Yeah. I mean, I bought the Yakuza games and I haven't played them yet. I heard they're good. Well, I bought the remakes of Yakuza. I might try and play that this weekend, actually. Has anyone actually played Yakuza?
I played one of them.
Nah.
Is it any good?
One of them. It's an arcade version. It's like yes, it's good, but it's very arcadey. And I didn't know that it was all in Japanese.
Oh right, yeah.
So it's Japanese. It's the one that I played was Japanese subtitles, but it's good fun though. It's a fun game. It's just ridiculous. Ed, you probably like all that because you like weird shit, don't you?
Do I? Yeah. How do you mean?
Yeah, because you kill smoothies and all that, isn't it?
I like health. I like. Fuck you! I don't like Kel smoothies. What the fuck? Michael. Yeah. I don't even know why I started to entertain that. I was like,
it's because you said it.
I'm trying to defend it.
You're buying it now. You're buying the line.
Yeah,
yes, we're getting there. This is
it.
it.
Mike.
Become real.
just like you liking Robbie Williams, Mike. Yeah. Just like you.
Yeah,
like
sweet man.
Yeah.
He's a national treasure, man. Leave off.
Is he?
Is he?
Yeah.
Robbie Williams is
I'm
a national
joking.
treasure.
He's a cunt.
He's no Ant and Dec, is he?
Oh, please.
Proper national treasures they are, Ant and Dec. Fucking love him.
Them too.
And Leona Lewis. That is the nation's sweetheart, isn't she?
All right, guys. If I had to, like, a top 5, if I had to get 5 games for this PS5 when I get top 5, what do you say?
I don't even know what the release titles are. What are the release titles?
Or like, if I could get games all time, because obviously I've GTA, Pro, and FIFA, and Tekken, plus obviously Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, all that stuff. Outside of those,
if you're talking about current generation of games, especially if you're going to go PlayStation 4, God of War, Last of Us 1 and 2, Spider-Man, and I can't think of the other one. But in fairness, the games the aforementioned games will probably have you in a quivering mess in the corner of your room because they're so fucking emotional. And they, like I said to you about Last of Us, they play like movies, but because you put so much time into these games, you become so heavily invested in these characters. So when it all goes horribly wrong, or when the climax of the game happens, you're so in. It's like you're losing a part of yourself, or you'll get. Do you know what I mean? It's hard. And God of War is probably one of the greatest games I've ever played. Period.
Are you talking about the new one or the original God of War?
Yeah, no, the new one, the new God of War, the reboot. Yeah, it's fucking phenomenal, dude. Spider-Man.
I've never played it.
Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. Right from the beginning to end, I was just like, fucking hell. It's glorious.
I'd like to throw the reboot, the Tomb Raider reboot. Just the first game though, not the second one. The first one.
I like the first one, Tomb Raider.
That was good.
It was good.
Yeah. Never played Tomb Raider. It's mad.
What?
Never played Tomb Raider.
You've never played Tomb Raider?
Never played.
Oh, Ed, man, I'd love to slap you right now, just once. Fuck.
Bring it.
Hell, man. Jesus Christ. Anyone, if anyone was ever watching this, they'd think you was like 60 years of age. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
like, what the fuck?
Black don't crack, so
That's our generation of games, Tomb Raider. It's like
I'm saying FIFA, Tekken. That's what I was in GTA as well. That's what I was playing really.
Tomb Raider is the mascot. Like it's like Tomb Raider is to games now. Well, we'll say not now. Tomb Raider is to the PlayStation what Mario was to the Nintendo. What Sonic?
Yeah, she was one of the flagships, wasn't she?
That's what I mean. Lara Croft. When you thought about PlayStation, certainly the PlayStation 1, you thought about Lara Croft. I don't know a single person who didn't
Crash
play
Bandicoot.
and Crash Bandicoot actually. Yeah.
Crash, yeah.
But I don't know a single person who didn't play a Tomb Raider game.
Yeah. Me and Mark.
This cock. Yeah.
Me and Mark.
Cock up here in the top right.
Fuck you, mate. Fuck you.
We battered Tomb Raider when we were younger.
Yeah, we used to. Yeah, man. Yeah, we went all through them, every single one.
Well, thanks for the invite. Thanks for the invite, guys. Yeah.
When you could take her in the second one, when you could take her into our mansion and put her in the shower.
Yeah,
man.
Put in a what?
Take her in the shower. You could do the cheat, and she'd take her, and it was all pixelated, so you couldn't see anything. But it was just fun to get her undressed, and she'd go in the shower and then come back out. Yeah.
And you could lock the butler in the fridge, couldn't you?
Oh yeah.
Some fucking sociopath.
Did he used to make that weird noise
Poor
as well?
old man, you're going to lock him in the fridge, you sick fuck.
Yeah, he just used to walk around like grunting, like grunting behind him.
He'd be like,
He's probably still there.
Man. Jeez. Yeah,
he's probably still trapped in that fridge, the poor cunt.
But I'd say to you, Ed, what Paul listed, I mean, I've never played God of War, though I've heard about it. But what he listed, and get the remake of Tomb Raider, but only the first one. The second game was a bit shit.
Yeah, or actually, the remake of Resident Evil 2 was very good. So if you're gonna look at something like that, Resident Evil 2, and then you're talking about Pro Evo over FIFA, isn't it?
Yeah, but I've heard FIFA is meant to be better. So yeah, actually no, you were saying EA's a crap company or something like that. Yeah?
EA, the devil, aren't they? Yeah, they are. They've been known as the devil. EA almost had the law changed on gambling, didn't they? Because that's how bad these loot boxes and things that they were doing was. It's like, you know, when you get the sticker packs in FIFA Ultimate Team, which in itself is a fucking rip-off.
Yeah, it is. I can attest to that because Sean plays it. Yeah.
Yeah. So they've done the same thing with Star Wars Battlefront 2. When this game came out, everybody was so excited about it because it was supposed to fix the problems they had with the first one, and it looked fantastic. and then it released, and the whole thing was hidden by a pay-to-win scheme. So you get these loot boxes you might get something good, or you might wind up with the exact same thing that you've just got. And people were essentially pay to win. So much so that I think the government, or so I think it was Australian government, turned around and was like, hang on a second, this is essentially gambling.
Yeah.
And there's this whole huge court case about it where EA were like banging trouble, so they had to completely fucking change the game. It opened up the world's eyes to a big problem in the gaming industry when it comes to loot boxes and this pay-to-win scheme, and EA are very much at the forefront of it. The problem is Konami are now doing the same thing with Pro Evo and their games and that as well. And they did it with their last Metal Gear game that they brought out, which they made you pay. Konami made you pay for an extra save space. So Metal Gear Survive, they called it, which was fucking... They'd never bothered with it. They you had your game that you could save, but if you wanted to create a new game, they made you pay £12 for a new save slot.
Yeah, but Konami's fucked anyway. Like, look what they did to, what's his name? Kojima. Is it Kojima?
Yeah, they fucked him, didn't they?
Yeah, they fucked him. I mean, Konami have been on a downward spiral for years. I heard a lot of rumors about the way that they treat their developers, their employees.
Yeah,
like,
EA are just as bad. They said EA were voted the worst company to work for in America, or most hated company in America, 2 years on the bounce. I said to you the other day, Shane, what they've done to Mass Effect.
Yeah. Oh, they came in,
fucking ruined it. And then you got the developers of Mass Effect, and they came out and brought out a game called Anthem, which EA rushed them to get. Same thing. It's fucking just a dog shit game that pay for it, constantly paying for it. EA have this whole thing now where they're like, let's just get as much money as we can out of the player. And that's why I didn't buy FIFA this year, and I probably won't buy it next year either. And it's the first time.
What was the name of the developer of Mass Effect again? I can't remember.
BioWare.
That's it, BioWare. I was thinking BioWare.
EA bought them out, much like a lot of other companies, bought them out, and a couple of years later, I just fucking disbanded them. And, so any of these companies that had made great indie games or had made these great games, and they were independent companies, EA was like, we'll have you, and then fucking just liquidized them.
Activision is another one that's doing that as well now. Activision are fucking up a load of...
Yeah, Activision are doing it.
I think FIFA's changing though from the next one with regards to the Ultimate Team and all that, because I think, like you say, because of all this stuff where it's basically been labelled as gambling. I think that's all changing from what I hear. But it's just a constant cash flow of like fucking buying packs and buying this and buying that.
Yeah. It's a fucking rip-off.
It's an absolute rip-off.
It's bad. I've recently, my missus, she started playing Fortnite, and she's every night she's playing Fortnite, which is great to watch. But and I got sucked into it now, and I saw that they released a Captain America skin.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And I was like, hey, I want a fucking Captain America. I was down. And I said to her from day one, I said to her mum kept on saying to me, oh, you should buy the battle pass for Fortnite. And I'm like, absolutely not. I'm not doing it. I will not give money to that game. And then I saw the Captain America thing. I'm like, I'm going to have to buy this skin. And I saw the price. It was 20 fucking quid.
Yeah.
£20 for a skin. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't
Mate, they love it.
The game.
They love it.
It's literally just something. I was 20 quid. I was like, nah, mate, you're having a fucking laugh. A fiver, I'm like, okay, fine. £20. That's great. That's a cheap blowjob in Tooting. Ed, you know what I'm saying.
Ed knows.
Ed knows.
Yes, mate. Run the back of Pret. Go on,
then. Yeah, mate. She ain't got no teeth in it, that one. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Sick,
I miss Julie, man.
You'll see her again one day. I have hope.
Yeah. But yeah, so the point is, games now. This is why I don't like all. That's why I said the games that I've mentioned to you are all single player games, because that's where your money really is. It's the experience of a story rather than fucking Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter was another one. Street Fighter released a game, Street Fighter 5, and it had like 6 characters in it, and they made you try and fucking pay to get all the other characters.
Yeah,
and everyone lost their mind. So Capcom was like, oh, no, actually, they changed their mind on it. But then they put sponsors in there. So Ryu's walking around with his fucking white gi on, and it's got fucking Red Bull written on the side of it.
Really?
Honestly, mate, it might not have been Red Bull, but honestly, it was like Street Fighter sponsored by fucking Volvo or some shit.
Oh,
okay.
Bad, man. It was really bad. Yeah, and that's what it is now. It's all just cash grab. So I don't bother with it. So yeah, there you go.
All right. All right, cool. All right, maybe on that point, we'll end our first podcast of the year, probably, I guess.
Yes, man. All right, sweet.
Yeah.
Did you write those games down, Ed? Did you jot them down?
We've got it recorded, mate. I'll just watch. Yeah, I just watch it. I'll just skip forward like 50-something minutes to pause.
Yeah, sweet.
Game speech.
Just 55 minutes of me just banging on and on about games. So yeah, I do apologise.
Yeah, and telling me how dumb I am for playing. Say again?
I said everyone loves a game. Don't apologise.
Well, Ed doesn't.
Yeah, of course.
I'm getting a
Ed doesn't love anything apart from kale.
Fuck you, Mike. Yeah.
And the Arsenal. Good, the Arsenal.
Yeah, good, the Arsenal.
Same Tottenham Day is going to happen again, isn't it, Mike? It looks like, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. If you want to count that as you finishing 6th and us finishing 7th, I mean,
it's us finishing ahead of you. You know, it's just the basic. That's just the basic
really
requirement.
sad,
That's just the basic requirement of a season. You know.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, sweet, mate. Have at it.
Yeah,
that's the point of how sad it's become, though.
We'll be back next year. I'm pretty sure we'll be back next year.
But that's how sad it is, though. There was a time when it was fucking 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, between us. Yeah.
And now all you want to do is finish above your local rivals. That's how far they've fallen. You didn't even mention top 4. You didn't even mention Champions League. If you finished 17th and Spurs finished 18th, you'd be happy. And
they'd be chuffed with that. They would be absolutely chuffed with it.
You'd both be relegated, but do you know what I mean? Like it's fucking.
Oh no, 17th and 18th.
Sorry, you know what I mean? But
to be honest, I'd be happy in that scenario because we would just stay up and they would just go down.
Say 16th and 17th, you'd be chuffed.
You'd be
chuffed.
No. I wouldn't be chuffed. I'll just be like, at the very least, we finished.
No, to me.
Listen, right? If we finished, if let's just say, for instance, we finish 8th and you finish 9th.
Hey, Mike, say that again. That's on connectivity issues. Say that again. That's on connectivity issues.
At what part?
8th and 9th.
Oh no, but I was just saying, if we finished 8th and you finished 9th, I wouldn't care two shit that you'd finish 9th or you'd finish the place below us.
Yeah.
I mean, just one of those things. If for instance we finished 1st and you finished 2nd, but then it's a bit of a double celebration, isn't it? Because you've picked your local rivals to the title. But finishing 8th and 9th, 7th and 8th, 6th and 7th, I mean, fucking hell, man.
Yeah, don't worry. It's not a trophy. Don't get me wrong, but it is like at least we finished.
Or even like 4th and 5th. Like if you finish 4th and we finish 5th, I'd get that because you finished 4th, you're in the Champions League, and we've missed out. We've finished 5th, or vice versa. You finish 5th, we finish 4th. But you're talking like the scraps.
But the thing is,
you're happy over the scraps.
As long as we get more scraps than you, I'm happy.
Oh mate,
I don't like not finishing above Tottenham. It doesn't feel right.
It's irrelevant when you're that far down the table.
As long as we're ahead of you, that's the least.
That is the equivalent of the rivalry between Palace and Brighton, isn't it? You're both shit, but one's slightly shitter than the other. That's how it is, and I would hate.
We'll see in the FA Cup. We'll see in the FA Cup.
No, we will see in the FA Cup. But do you know what? Forget it.
Yeah, we need to do FA Cup. After the FA Cup, we're doing a podcast. Fuck that.
All right.
Yeah.
When's the final? 1st of August.
I think so.
Yeah.
So when does the Champions League start again?
No idea.
July.
All in
No,
Portugal.
Is it
It's
July?
soon. If you go on Sky Sports, I'm sure it's in the fixture list, so it must be soon.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm pretty
Because
sure
they've
it's in
still
the
got the second. They've still got the second legs of the last 16 to play, ain't they? Like Chelsea, Bayern, and
Yeah.
who else is it? Oh, Real
Yeah.
Madrid, Man City. Yeah, there's some good games there.
Yeah. But
Well,
then
not for
the rest
Chelsea. They're
from the
already losing
quarterfinals
3-0.
on, it's all in Portugal, isn't it?
It's a
Is
2 week.
it?
It's a 2 week
I think-
tournament, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That should be good. Should be.
It doesn't make a difference to any of us, though, does it? Really? I mean, whatever. It's just something different to watch on TV, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
All right, guys. On that, maybe let's end it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do
All right.
it, mate.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, it's good catching up again.
Definitely. I enjoyed that.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, man.
Cool. All right. See you guys later.
We'll have to. We'll organise a night out. Shane, let us know about those beers and whatever the crack is.
Yeah. I will do. Oh, yeah, just turn off the recorder and we could chat for a quick sec.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Cool. I'll just. Yeah. Let me just.